Hello, everybody, Internet world. Max Buck here with my good friend Dustin Cutler. I don't know why he's stretching or why we're shaking hands, so we've been hanging out all night.
Oh, yeah, usually when I'm with you, I'm used to warming up because we have a match, but I forgot tonight we don't.
Anyhow, we're here in Southern California, Rancho Cucamonga, California, in my apartment. Hanging out. We had a little double date. Where'd we go eat? Tell them about the date we had.
Well, we took both of our wives, by the way.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Dustin is married now, just recently.
A week and a half ago. Took our wives out for a night on the town, went to dinner, TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Yep.
Then hit the spa, enjoyed the nice summer night here in Southern California. And we decided to end it with a little interview gimmick.
Yeah, why not? You know, we did the 2 for $20. I'm a cheapskate. Everybody thinks I'm making big money. Don't let that fool you, okay?
Hey, I think you're doing okay with this interview. I got a complimentary water bottle,
That's
so
true.
I think you're doing all right.
So anyhow, a couple hours ago, before we went in the spa, I put up on my Twitter, hey, you know, if you have any questions for my good friend Dustin, please shoot them over. You guys did, and they were all terrible questions.
There was an awful lineup.
No, there was a couple of good ones. You guys asked, how did we meet? And that was a good one. How did we meet?
That is a good question. It's pretty interesting. See, I had this real autistic friend named Vince. We called him Vince a lot because he walked bouncing up and down, and he's always shaking his head, and so that's his name, Vince the Lot.
Yeah.
He finds out there's a local backyard wrestling show put on by this guy, who his dad, a contractor, built him a ring. And, we're deciding we're going to go check it out. We're like, yeah, this is the coolest show in town. These guys put on a wicked show. We go over there.
I don't know if you used the word wicked, but go ahead.
He's causing all this havoc.
Our cat over here, let's just keep it going. The cat is going nuts. Zeke, he's got the absolute crazies right now. I don't know what he's doing. We had to do a take earlier because he attacked my wife who's behind the camera.
Okay,
Anyways,
continue.
We show up to the show, and I find out this guy is charging my friend for a show he's putting on in the backyard.
Was that $1 admission?
Yeah, and Vince, I guess, covered us all because I didn't end up paying nothing. What does he do? He pulls me aside. Hey, you want to be in the show? And I'm like, all right, sure. All right, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to power bomb you. And at the time, I was a real husky kid, 250, 260. And he didn't have as much muscle as he does now. He was a lot smaller, more like $150, $160. So I'm like, yeah, all right, this guy's gonna get me up. So I was like, all right, whatever. We get in the ring, and it's a huge attack on me and my friends. Like we're the new guys invading their ring. Big jump, beating us all up. Nick coming off the top with a frog splash. They're all beating me up. What does this guy do? He comes and grabs me, tucks me under his crotch, and power bombs me. I can't believe it.
I don't know about tucking him in under my crotch. I don't know about that part. I did give him a power bomb.
The point is that was his first contact with me. Not even a handshake, not a pat in the back. It was grabbing me and delivering a power bomb on me. Hi, my name is Matt.
And we've been best friends ever since. So eventually we'd go on to go to a wrestling school at AWC, American Wild Child. He had his own school.
Rivera, Revolution.
Out in La Mirada, Revolution Pro. We actually went to school the first day together, and before I introduced myself, I climbed up to the top rope, and the ring was filled with guys. I did a
Not
shooting.
just guys; these are the veterans of Southern California.
The Scorpio Skies, the Quicksilvers,
Disco Machine, all these guys.
Before even saying hello to them, I climbed to the top rope. I did a shooting star press. I landed on my feet, tried to impress them, and then I took out my hand and tried to shake.
So then it was a shooting star impress.
And then they weren't too impressed, though. I got my butt kicked for the first few hours. He watched it, and we kept going back, and we loved it. So we actually started together.
Yeah.
So you started out as Diablo for our company, High Risk Wrestling, that we used to actually run. Tell a little bit about that.
Pretty generic gimmick. I just thought I was this really cool combination of Triple H and Undertaker. I'm coming out, I'm with a big old hood on, and it's got horns, and I climb up into the ring, and the lights are all out, it's dark, and when I throw it off, the lights come on, which was kind of cool entrance for the indies.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But it wasn't really going to go anywhere. And at the time, my brother was running a surfer gimmick where his name is Ronnie Tsunami, and he's surfing on his opponent's back, and he's coming out with a boogie board. And it wasn't going anywhere. And in fact, it was this guy's idea for us to start tag teaming.
Hey, before you get there,
What's that?
Tell the fans a little bit about Donnie Tsunami.
we were wrestling for the NWA, and they're like, hey, you guys can't, our brothers, you can't have two separate gimmicks. You got to be a tag team. I know. His name's Ronnie Tsunami. We kind of like what he's doing. We're going to call you Donnie Tsunami. It's perfect. We'll tag you guys together, and you'll be the Ronnie Tsunami, or the Tsunami Brothers.
Right. That lasted about 3 shows. It was terrible. And remember one of those guys told you the Cutler thing wasn't going to work out? I think you guys are doing pretty fine, huh?
Yeah, he's like, I don't want you to do that gimmick. That sounds pretty lame, the Cutler Brothers. So.
And now I think, I don't want this guy. He's really modest. I think that him and his brother, Brandon, which we'll get to in a minute, the Cutler Brothers are one of the best tag teams in all of Southern California.
Wow.
Look for big things from these guys. And that was your cue to say, well, something big, huh? Well, like you did last time in our first take.
Before we cut it, we reshot it, yeah. Well, you're saying we're going to be pretty big here in Southern California. I already got something pretty big in my crotch region, but if you're referring to the wrestling-wise, I think, things are...
It's an absolute shoot. The guy's an animal. I'm a heterosexual male and married, but he's packing some insane meat down there. And I mean, his wife's right over here, and she can agree.
She can vouch for it. Our honeymoon was a week ago.
No, we don't have to go there. But we're all married, we're all mature, we're all adults, Speaking of which, you before we get into the Cutler thing, you guys got married just a couple of weeks ago. You want to talk about that?
This is true. Probably the best day of my life. I met this girl. She was working at a Caro's, and I left my number on the receipt. And I was actually with a whole bunch of wrestlers, and she's like, well, which one is it? They all look the same, buff, good-looking dudes with long hair. And she comes back another day we're there, a few days later, she comes back and says, which one you left it? And I was like, hey, it's me. And we just started dating, and the rest is history. Now she's my wife. Just a week and a half ago, you were one of my groomsmen, bro.
I was, and we were watching the little video, montage, and I noted about the friggin' the toast I did, which was one of the most awkward toast in the history of weddings. That
it has to be probably the most awkward.
It was great. We watched it, and it was awesome, and it will be up soon on YouTube.
It has to be. I mean, once this toast was done, the crowd was quiet. There was no response.
Yeah.
Lots of awkward topics were brought up, and it was definitely an awkward moment. We'll have to put it on YouTube for all your fans to see.
I murdered that crowd. But, so we talked about the whole backyard thing, how we met, we trained, you became Diablo, eventually you became a Cutler brother with your brother Brandon. Go ahead and talk about the Cutler brothers.
That's me and my brother's current, thing that we're trying to do, and that's really working out well for us. We're tag teaming in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, which is a great company. We love all the fans there. I've actually beat the crap out of you quite a few times.
Hey, the last show we had a really
pretty brutal match. Yeah, street fight.
Here we are having an interview right here, completely killing all mystique of feud we have.
Yeah, what can you do?
You can't do anything.
Yeah. So they got a pretty big show this weekend, Battle Los Angeles. Unfortunately, it's not really centered around the tag division. It's more of a singles tournament.
Oh, they hate when those tag guys get announced in those singles tournaments.
Yeah, so I don't know how vital we're going to be in this weekend show, but
hey, wait a minute! You guys are on night 2, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
is that a spoiler?
Well, I guess pretty much something I should mention is we are on night 2. Me and my brother will be appearing. We will be there at Battle of Los Angeles night 2. So if you're a Cutler Brothers fan,
cool.
Show up, buy a T-shirt, shake my hand.
Speaking of which,
this is them right here.
I got a Cutler Brothers.
I got them in red and blue, all the way from small to XL.
Yep.
So stop on by and buy a T-shirt.
And speaking of which, I wasn't wearing this T-shirt earlier. I was wearing.
If I remember, you were shirtless and you were wearing flannel.
I was wearing something.
Pajamas.
I was wearing something that your brother would wear. Some plaid-looking, ugly pajama pants. And I decided to put on these torn jeans that I actually bought this way.
Hideous pants.
Dustin gives me a lot of heat about wearing these beach-looking.
You paid
clothes.
money for something that has holes in it.
I'll
buy you brand new dreams.
Dreams? You're gonna buy me dreams? No,
Stupid call.
I like the look, and I'm that guy. I'm the guy who buys the stuff that looks like it's wrecked.
It looks like we both need shoes too.
We're both barefoot right now. Okay, so we touched a little bit about Battle of Los Angeles. I'm getting the wrap up.
By the wife.
He's probably. They all want to play the newlywed game, and I think we're taking up our time right here. Their time on.
We covered the backyard. We covered the wedding. We covered the Cutler brothers. We spoiled PWG night 2.
We did spoil it night 2.
We covered the Holy Jeans. There's nothing else to cover.
Before we wrap this up, I will be at Battle of Los Angeles wrestling my younger brother Nick.
They already know that. It's on the website.
Who's also known as Jeremy Buck. We're going to tear the frickin' house down. And
that was a little
so cocky. I thought I'd put myself over real fast before we wrap this up.
A little cocky.
But anyways, thanks for coming. You're going to stick around, so we're shaking hands again for no reason. But let's go play the newlywed game. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll put some more content up on the channel. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
You're the weakest link.
Goodbye.